This playthrough is rated T for teen.
Greetings and salutations, viewers. Vauldemare back here with another episode of Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2, the Sith Lords. In the last episode, we finished exploring the rest of the underground shrine in Telos with Atris at the command and all her handmaidens. It's nothing but a lady party time down here. Aw, yeah. And I'm a lady to join in. Anyway, we got BioWare, T3M4, and everyone back, so it's time to get back onto our ship and find some help to help Atris against the Sith, I guess, apparently. Apparently they're coming after her because of us. So we gotta help her because of that? Yeah, well, you know. You don't have to. I mean, you do, sort of, but if you're evil. But you go about it a different way. Anyway, time to get back to our ship. And yes, it's our ship, Atris. It's ours. We own it. It was given to us by someone. I mean, it used to be Revan's. Maybe Revan gave it to us or something. This is the loading ramp to the Ebon Hawk. Once aboard, you'll be leaving the Telos Polar Academy for good. For good? Can't get anything else? Can't beat the handmaidens in hand-to-hand combat? Huh. Well, you know what? I'm going to have a... You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep an old save file for this spot specifically, so that way I can show off beating the handmaiden if you can't come back later, so... Alright. I could have sworn you could come back later. I guess not. Alright. Let's go. Let's get out of here. Yep, time to leave. But yeah, I guess I could have swore you could come back to this place. Maybe I was thinking of something else when I came back, so make sure to get all your goodies and everything like that. I'm trying to remember what you get if you actually beat the handmaiden in hand-to-hand combat, because I know you get something. Maybe it's a bit of experience or something like that. But anyway, I'll keep the old save file so for later on in the game when I reach a decent level, I can go back, level myself up, and see if I can actually beat the handmaiden, because it is possible to do it there. So, but since I left my character at level 6 to try and hold off till I get my, upgraded class level. We should be getting those pretty soon.
The planet, I say we burn sky until we see lines.
I don't know about that. We got a mission to attend to. Actually, I forgot what. I think I gave him the oh god. I think I gave him that type of voice. Troy's sure making a lot of noise. No. What's with T3? Oh man, I'm totally freaking out. I don't know why. I can't understand a word I say. Oh, I'm so worthless. Slow down, I didn't catch the first part. You did what while you were connected? What are you talking about? Oh man, I totally stuck my thing inside their computer. I didn't even ask. Oh, I'm a terrible robot. Oh dear. You downloaded Atris's archives. The link worked both ways. Maybe I'll keep you around after all. You downloaded Atris's archives? Oh yeah, it was pretty hot actually. I mean, it was very informative. I can give you some information about where to go next. Well, you can't understand me, you old witch? Yeah, I'm surprised she doesn't, because the Jedi in the last film, most Jedi seem to weirdly understand robots, so I assumed that was just everything everyone understood, but apparently robots aren't a given Jedi ability. Anyway, he said that there was a holo record of my trial, there was a holo record of the day I was exiled. If you have the holo, play it. Might as well show it. It's just history now. He said there was a holo record of my trial in Atris's records.
We seem to have found it.
Who wants to watch Jedi Trials? Law and Order Jedi Unit? Yes, please.
Do you know why we have called you here?
Wow, Jonathan Winters sounds a bit off in this game, but I'm surprised they brought him back to voice his character. I mean, he only has a bit part, so it's not that big of a deal. But anyway, so we are at the trial of us, and there's only like a couple of masters there too. It looks like there's only like 4 or 5, and the rest of them are empty. I came because I chose to, not because you summoned me. You have called me here to answer for my crimes in Malachor 5. Whatever the reasons, speak them or let me go. I came here because I chose to, not because you summoned me. I'm gonna be a bit snarky.
As Revan summoned you, so have you come full circle to return to the Jedi.
Why did you defy us?
The Jedi are guardians of the peace, and have been for centuries. This call to war undermines all that we have worked for.
Is Revan your master now? Or is it the horror you wrought at Malachor that has caused you to see the truth at last?
That's a weird thing they're doing with their heads, because they're not moving their bodies, so their heads just move up and down, and they're both in the same position. It's a little weird, but anyway. I realized that following Revan to war was in violation of the Jedi Code, and I broke it, knowingly defying the wishes of the Jedi of the Council. If you seek to punish me, then get on with it. The truth is, the Mandalorians had to be stopped, or countless more would have died. You were not at Malachor, you will never understand. The truth is that no Jedi should turn from war, they should embrace it. I'd slaughter every Mandalorian if I could, except Malachor did it for me. I'm going to be the, I'll defend my actions of saving people. The truth is, the Mandalorians had to be stopped, or countless more would have died.
You refuse to hear us. You have shut us out, and so have shut yourself to the galaxy.
You are exiled, and you are a Jedi no longer.
There is one last thing. Your lightsaber. Surrender it to us.
Much defiance in that one.
You were correct, Kavar. When she was here, I felt it. It was as if she was not there. More like an echo.
The war has touched the youngest of the Order. Many of them have lost themselves in battle against the Mandalorians.
We have not lost a Jedi this day. You felt it. She has lost herself. She is no Jedi. She walked Revan's path, but she was not strong enough.
I fear it is our teachings that may have led Revan to choose the path he did.
We are not the ones who taught him.
We take responsibility, Atris, not cast blame.
The choice of one was the choice of us all. Revan's teacher intended no harm, and Revan had many teachers since.
Yet they all stem from the same source. Her teachings violated the Jedi Code, and lead all who listen to the dark side, as they did the Exile.
You are wrong. The dark side is not what I sensed in the Exile. Surely the rest of you felt it as well. That emptiness we felt. She has changed.
Whatever that wound was, it was of the dark side. We should not have let her depart. She will simply join Revan again, or perhaps worse.
What would you have done with her, Atris? Be mindful of your feelings. This is not Revan who stood before you. This one walks a different path.
No, although that may come in time. We let her go because we must. Where she travels, she carries her destination with her.
Malachor 5 should have been her grave. You saw it in her walk, and in the Force. It was as if she was already dead.
No, not death. Many battles remain for that one, if what we have seen is true. But the future is a shifting thing, and she cuts like a blade through it.
We should have told her the truth. A Jedi deserves to know.
No good would have come from it, even if what you believe was true. There's still the matter of Revan, and such truths could leave us vulnerable on two fronts.
Perhaps in many years we will call her before us and explain what happened to her, and how she may be healed. Until then, she must accept her journey.
But she may never discover the truth, and she will never know why we cast her out.
And that is the future we must accept.
Those Jedi sure like their secrets, don't they?
Oh yeah, they're a bunch of old cronies. You know, I would shoot them. I mean, interesting how we just say one word and they just set us off. But it's not like becoming a Jedi. Yeah, we don't have our lightsaber, but you technically still have powers, except for the way they explained it. They also mentioned another thing: the teacher of Revan. You know what? You know, before I played this game and I'd beaten the first Old Republic game, I never even considered that the fact that maybe Revan and Malak should have had specific, unique teachers. I mean, the way that these games work, multiple people kind of teach you, but then after a while, you know, you get that master apprentice thing. And Revan and Malak, Revan was Malak's master when they became Sith. But what about before? They never mentioned that, and I'm kind of interested if they did that on purpose, like to set up for another tale, or if that's just they didn't even think that was important. But yeah, I wonder who taught Revan, and Revan some of their lessons taught to us. But Oh, looks like our face ain't moving. That's a little weird. Usually our head moves up and down. It must have glitched out there. Anyway, those last moments after my trial, I had no idea. Is that all there is? There must be more. So they knew what happened to me. They all do. Those last few moments after my trial, I had no idea. Oh yeah, they were really keeping secrets from you. They were kind of jerks. If you find anything else, let me know. Keep searching the archives. There may be more information there. I know it could take a while, but keep analyzing our archives. If you find anything else, let me know. Oh, okay. Well, what about that other information you wanted to know about? Atris has a list of all the missing Jedi. Sure, display it in a second. What else was in the archive? No, I'll explain it. I'll examine it later. Atris has a list of all the missing Jedi. Sure, display it. Master Varuk Dantooine, voiced by Jonathan Winters. Master Zek Kyle El Nar Shaddaa. Oh, that's where he's at. I don't forgot his voice. Master Kavar Onderon. Master Vosh Korriban. And Master Atris Tella. So we know of one of them for sure. Is that good? I'm trying to remember. The rest of the voice actors I do recognize, especially the guy who plays Kavar or whatever his name is, because he's done voicing for like cartoons as an announcer and stuff like that, but I don't remember his name though. I knew all those Jedi Masters. Those Jedi were all on the council that exiled me. All those fools were there when I was sentenced. I knew all those Jedi Masters.
A strange coincidence.
It is no coincidence. There is some larger plan at work here, and we are walking into it. This is too convenient to be anything but a trap.
What, like Atris set us up on a trap on purpose? That seems a bit egregious, but okay. We have no choice. Those Jedi know what happened to me. Be that as it may, we need help against the Sith. Fine. Then I say we go find somewhere else to hide. Let's just go somewhere to hide, man. Then I say we forget the Jedi and go right for the Sith. Just fight them at the core. Be that as it may, we need their help against the Sith. Alright, on to wherever our next destination is, apparently. So, where do we go to first? So, instead of in the first game where we go after the star maps, in this game we go after old Jedi Masters to help us with the Sith, as well as figuring out how to get our full abilities back or something like that. Because they know why I'm a bit echoey in my with what happened to me. Ooh, excuse me. Yeah, so, you know, a lot of Obsidian and BioWare games for the longest time kind of had similar story and plot threads and progressions, which I was fine with, really. Most of the time it was the world and the characters we ran across that made them more interesting. But
is there a reason you don't carry a lightsaber anymore?
Because I stabbed it into a random statue for some weird reason. And the fact that we haven't run across one yet. It's kind of weird, and as soon as you get your lightsaber, all of a sudden you can find like lightsabers all over the place, but before you get it, nope, they're all of a sudden rare and unique items. Anyway, Atris and the Council took it from me. It was taken from me when my lightsaber was returned to me. I will bear it. Atris and the Jedi Council took it from me.
That's
well,
not your
I
lightsaber
let them have
anymore. That belonged to someone who served Revan in the wars, not the person you are now. You could build another one if you wanted to, but you know that.
Yeah, but mine was like silver and double-ended, and it was badass. And why wouldn't I? I don't want anything of the Jedi. I'm not afraid of building a new lightsaber, if that's what you think. Don't you think? Do you think I can't build one? And why wouldn't I?
I don't know, General, but whatever the reason, you should put it behind you. I know this. A lightsaber is part of who you are. Without it, you're not complete.
When did Jedi have to have lightsabers to be complete? I mean, yeah, it's all based off the Lucas style of the storytelling and everything like that. But I mean, it's some point at the beginning of history, not all Jedi picked up, you know, laser swords, you know. But it's just so synonymous to the brand that you just can't have it without it. And lightsabers are awesome. Very well, to begin, there are some parts I'll need. And how would we start? And the Jedi Enclave's all destroyed. I don't know where to get the parts. Very well, to begin with, there are some parts I'll need.
I think I can help you out there. I happen to know the parts you need.
Wait, how do you know? I must have explained them to him when he was a subordinate of mine, apparently. Yeah, exactly. Alright then, what do we need? Where do you start looking? Yeah, I'm gonna ask that question. Since when did you become an expert in lightsabers?
I spent a lot of time around Jedi during the war. None of them would let me take their lightsaber apart, but I did learn about their construction. We need a power cell, emitter matrix, lens and focusing crystal. Though I have to admit the crystal is beyond my means. Never did understand them. Those parts are fairly common, though a Jedi once told me that it's best if your lightsaber reflects you, and if it is constructed of things that identify it as your own. Just bring the parts to me before you get started building it. I'll make sure they're usable.
Alright, we got a new quest added.
All I'm saying is that you've gone for a long time without a memory wipe. Most droids behave erratically under those circumstances.
What are you talking about, man? I'm okay. I'm full robot.
But I'm fixing everything else around here, so I may...
Whoop. I didn't mean to press that button. That was a complete accident. Well, don't touch me, you freak!
What was that? That's what I'm talking about. That is not normal droid behavior.
Looks like all the conversations between all the characters popped up like one right after the other. What's going on here? Maybe he's just worried about your skills. Utility droids tend to have a habit towards developing personality quirks. What's going on here? This crazy guy with electric arms tried to touch me in all my naughty places. Get him away from me!
I am not pushing you around. I just wanted to see if there was anything I could do to upgrade your functionality.
Upgrade my functionality? If I could flip you off, I would. I mean, that sounds like a good idea to me. Don't worry, BioWare probably knows what he's doing. Worst comes to worst, it's not like we can't pick up another utility droid. Yeah, make that droid feel even worse. That sounds like a good idea to me. What? Really? I mean, you know, he's gonna touch me. I don't like it.
Now let's get started.
Did you just have a bit of emotion there,
You
BioWare?
wouldn't guess it from the outside, but it looks like you've been through a lot.
I've been through a whole other game, man. Beat a Jedi or Sith Master. I'm dope.
Bet. I'm all done with you. If anything comes loose, let me know and I'll put it back in place.
T3 has received a permanent +2 bonus to his constitution. Well, that doesn't matter because I'm not using him. I mean, there are some unique dialogues you can get from T3 if you bring a translator. Like in the previous game in Old Republic 1, if you brought HK and T3 together, HK would T3 was more likely to speak and have responses because HK was there to translate for him, basically. So let's check on everyone else, see if there's anything new before we head on to the next Jedi Master. Alright, let's check out the ship. Whoa, don't want to leave yet. At least I don't think we can't go back to Telos, right? We've left, so where would we go if we stepped off? But yeah, basically the Ebon Hawk, as far as I know, is pretty much the exact same from the previous game. Really no reason to change it. I mean, not if you can reuse an old model. But do you have anything to say, BioWare? Any new information?
Can I ask you something?
But you still asked me, so apparently it's bugging you. Maybe another time. Oh, now what do you want to talk about? What is it?
Why did you decide to fight?
Let's see. Mandalorians had to be stopped. Jedi served no one with inaction. It was a mistake. I should have respected the Council's wishes. I was eager to join the great battle. The Mandalorians had to be stopped.
I felt the same way. I remembered when word of the Mandalorian attacks arrived on Iridonia. My people had colonies across the Outer Rim. Many of them were among the first systems to fall.
So you wanted revenge. Unlike many of the Jedi, I could not stand by and watch. As good a reason as any for joining. As good a reason as any for joining.
I did not join because I wanted to protect, though. I hated them. I wanted to destroy them. To give them the mercy they gave the people they conquered. I remember the thrill I felt when we fought them in battle. Victories were rare, but we celebrated every Mandalorian's death. Do you know how it felt?
Huh, interesting how a Zabrakian, or I guess the Iridonian version is Zabrakian, with such a like a lithium or whatever it is speech that he has was actually filled with hate at one point. Now that's strange. I mean, and the people who voiced them, that's what they wanted out of the character, so obviously this is how he's supposed to act. Maybe he's just toned down over the years. Jedi are trained to resist such strong emotions. Yes, I felt it too. The rush of life as the Mandalorians cut down. I attached myself from the frenzied battle. It was impersonal. Jedi are trained to resist such strong emotions.
I couldn't do that. It was almost as though the battle took control of me, drove me forward. It's always on my mind now. That loss of control blinded me, turned me into a weapon. I just needed to get that off my chest. Was there something you wanted me for?
Is that why you have an electric arm, dude? Because you were trying to make yourself into a weapon to kill the Mandalorians? I don't know. Where did you pick up that remote anyway?
That old thing? I built him when I was a kid. Been following me around for years now, despite what I've done to try and chase him off.
Hey man, that's not cool.
Just kidding. I'm happy to have you around.
And the fact that it can fly through Jedi. Did you see that during the conversation? Oh boy. Can defy physics. Can you build me one? That's gotta be annoying. What does it do other than following around? Can you build me one?
I would, but then I wouldn't be the only one with a floating sphere following him around. And I kind of like that.
But you're the only man with spikes coming out of his head. And an electric arm. I think you've got enough uniqueness about you, dude. What does it do other than follow you around?
He helps me out with repairs. I outfitted him with a cutting laser and some other tools for delicate modifications. He's also good for singeing the pants of annoying techs.
Haha, you deserved it.
I've been thinking about doing some other work on him, but I barely have time. Too busy fixing up the ship. Something else I can help you with?
Apparently the ship is still a rusted out rust box, apparently. What's your opinion about the Telos situation?
If the Republic would just rein Zerka in, there'd be no problem. But as long as Zerka is allowed to undermine the Ithorians' efforts, Telos will remain dead. I can't take seeing my work being used by those bloodsuckers. But there's nothing I can do about it, so let's talk about something else. Something else I can help you with?
It's so weird to hear him use aggressive language in that tone, you know what I mean? I don't know, there's just something about it. How'd you lose your arm anyway? Yes, ask the war veteran about how he lost limbs. Good question. Anyway, let's do it.
I got tired of it. Kept dropping my hydro spanner. Figured I'd get a new one.
Haha. Yeah, but yeah, I bet that was fun. That seems a bit rash. I was being serious. Yeah, I'll bet that was fun.
I was only kidding. Actually, it was a souvenir from Malachor. I was lucky it was all I lost. But at least it gave me something to do, right? Everyone always said I was probably half machine anyway. Something else I can help you with?
That seems kind of mean to say to him just because of his just because of the way he talks, you know. Do you have any shields? Ooh, I didn't know you could get... I think I have plenty of shields, but let's see if he can give us any.
Sure do, General. I've made a few while I wasn't working on the ship. Here you go. Just remember, the best shield is not getting shot at all. Something else I can help you with?
Alright, so he can give us shields if we're out. Probably a minimum of certain types of shields. That's nice to know. So I can use shields without worrying about it too much. What are you doing?
Just working on the ship. I'm not sure who got her up and running, but I'm amazed she's even space-worthy. Whoever made these repairs doesn't think like most mechanics. But don't worry, I'll get everything in shape.
Well, thank you. Oh, he gives you an energy shield and a Mandalorian shield. Thanks, Bayo. We'll talk to you later. Yeah, we're not gonna get action for quite a while. Maybe next episode, but well, you know, when you play a West RPG by BioWare, 90% of the game is conversation. It's like playing Xenogears on the PlayStation. It's called visual novel the game almost by some people. Oh yes, there's combat. Very rarely. I mean, I like that game a lot, but because of its just a lot of just story aspects, the religious connotations, the ideas of life and machines, and possibly being Jesus, you know, that type of thing. Let's talk to Kreia, see if she has
Yes. Have you come with questions?
Can you teach me more about the Force?
Very well. What is it that drives you?
Well, I drive a spaceship, so I guess it's a spaceship? Or a bond we share, or... oh right, I forgot about the forms. Is this where they first introduced forms in Star Wars? Maybe. Let's see. Can you teach me any lightsaber forms?
The Jedi practice many forms, many styles of lightsaber combat. It is good to know them, but not to rely on them. You may have already felt the Shicho, the simplest of the forms, return to you as your skill and perceptions have returned. Others may come with time, with experience.
Well, when I level up, I'll have multiple forms. As far as I know, in terms of fighting forms, if I remember in the canon, there's like 8 or 9 different fighting forms or whatever. If you could check online, you can easily find people who've written that stuff down or even done videos on it. It's crazy. And no, I didn't check. Well, maybe once. Can you teach me? I want you to teach me more about the Force.
Very well. What is it?
Let's see. Wish to know about the lightsaber forms.
Very well. Of which did you wish instruction?
Oh, well, since I don't have the forms unlocked yet, so... Alright. Never mind.
Well.
We'll get to that later. Other questions? I want to build a lightsaber. I want to build a lightsaber. I want to build a lightsaber.
Indeed.
Do you want to build one
a Jedi
too?
tool and a Sith weapon. And why do you need such a thing?
Because I'm a Force user, and having a lightsaber kicks ass. Defend me and my allies. Defend you and my allies because I feel naked without it. It represents power and it can help me slay enemies quicker and faster. The lightsaber is a symbol of the Jedi. It inspires others and gives them hope. Even though Sith can have lightsabers, but whatever. No. To defend you and my allies.
Then listen to me. There is much weight, much craving attached to such a tiny thing of light. A lightsaber, any weapon, only achieves worth in how it is wielded, in the effort, in the struggle of one who holds it. Such a weapon does not make a Jedi or a Sith, and at times it makes them much, much less than they are.
So, like all things, don't completely rely on your tools, you know. Or, I mean, you can use your tools, but just make sure that you're not dependent on it, like a drug. How do I make one?
The knowledge has already been imparted to you. Upon our journey, the pieces shall fall into place.
When did the Force just start telling us how to build lightsabers? Because if you play the Old Republic MMO, the Jedi in Consular or Warrior, actually no, the Warrior and the Inquisitor just steal theirs. But the Knight and the Consular build their lightsabers, but it's just told that they're learning it. But Jedi didn't start out knowing about lightsabers. That they made those later. So how would the Force know to do that? Yeah, whatever.
Very well.
This bond we share, I want to know more about it.
I confess its nature eludes me as well, but the bond is strong, and its roots run deep. It seems that at times of stress and pain, if they catch us unawares, then the pain is transmitted between us.
Like when she got her hand cut off and I felt it. It was like dipping my hand in molten... whatever they called it. Anyway, what about when we fight on our journey?
When battle is upon us, I suspect our minds are prepared enough to shield each other from the pain. I think we shall not have a repeat incident of what happened at Paragus.
Actually, I think I asked her this question before, but... Does this bond have any advantages?
It seems the Force flows easily between us. When one of us manipulates the Force to heal or strengthen ourselves, the other is aided as well.
Yeah, I know about that one, the Force Chain ability.
A powerful technique indeed, though, as we have noticed, it has its drawbacks.
Right. Alright, I guess she's got no story-based side to... Oh, we get light side points for saying we'll defend allies from her question, or on her question. Let's see... In Jolie's room, no one's in there. And there's the HK unit, which we only have 2 of his pieces right now. See. Oh, because we installed the one item, this is the second one, so we've installed the droid's control cluster, so got 3 more to go. Woo! And then we can have the smack-talking, well, it's not smack-talking, we can have the crude-talking robot come back one of these days. What's it supposed to do again? Is it just supposed to show us pictures? Oh, yeah, anyway. Okay. Nope. Alright, anything else here? I thought, where's T3? Like, he kind of disappeared. There's Aden. Where is T3 anyway? I thought T3 was in here, but maybe he's running around the ship somewhere. Or he's, So, no, that's the HK unit. Yeah, where is T3? Huh. maybe he's in the... There's the remote. And then... Oh, here he is. What's up, babe? I mean, what's up, babe? Could you please stop moving around the ship? It's hard to find you. Let's see. Ooh, I might be able to upgrade your memory core. Oh, okay. Well, if it's you, boss. Shut down for a while. This will be over a second. All right, let me take a look. All right, let me take a look. Let's see if we can. Looks like we might be able to upgrade him too, maybe if we have enough skill ranks in it. Oh, okay. Well, why did you put your head there? Oh, I'm calling the police. That's hilarious. You're talking backwards now. Whoops, must have crossed the circuit. Don't do that again for a while until you've gotten more levels. We'll try again later now I have some questions for you. Oh, really? Okay, just don't touch me again. T3, can you give me... Oh, no, we know that already. How's Neb and Hawk? Oh, it's quite good. It's about to fall apart, and that Zabrakian keeps trying to mess with me while I'm trying to fix it. We're at odds. I think there's going to be a gang war sometime soon. And glad to hear it. I appreciate your help. Keep up your routine maintenance. If something goes wrong, I'll hold you responsible. Just be sure it stays that way. I'll be using you for spare parts. T3, I really appreciate your help. Oh, okay, thanks. No one ever appreciates robots like Jedi do, it seems like. I'll be going. Yeah, we get some influence for being nice to him and light side points. I think there's another question I want to ask him. But for now, we'll take ourselves a rest, and then we'll decide which Jedi Master we'll go to next. Is it the most obvious one because the game needs us to start somewhere, or will it be somewhere else? And what about the Sith and their plans? And do we have any extra visitors on board? No, we're not playing this story. Find out next time in the next episode of Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2: The Sith Lords. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. And may the Force be with you.